I gotta talk about this because it's just so funny. I was like losing my mind when it happened. So, Forza Horizon 6 has had an interesting week before its launch. You can play it. The with the premium edition gets access on May 15th. All the other people get access on the 19th. Um, and allegedly, depending on who you believe, the game was leaked. And it's unclear whether or not if this leak is a result of them uploading the game, the developers uploading the game to Steam, and then uh, not using like proper encryption. And then I think people are saying they ripped it from like Steam DB or something. Because they obviously have to upload the game to Steam in order to get it ready for like the preload period where people download encrypted files on their computer, and then that way when launch day comes they just flip a switch and then you can just decrypt the files and then you're good to go. You don't have to sit there and download the entire game right when the clock strikes 12. And it's just allegedly they are saying that that wasn't the case. So potentially someone who had access to the game early, like a content creator or a dev, I suppose. Apparently, the Playground Games, the developers, they're saying that that's what happened and that's how it got leaked. Either way, it's really funny. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, I do kind of feel bad for the developers, if I'm being honest with you, because this is a game they worked hard on, man. The game took a long ass time. It's almost been 5 years since since Forza Horizon 5 came out. This is probably the most. Yeah, I would say that. Honestly, it's probably the most anticipated, maybe Forza game ever. Like honestly, um, even including Motorsport. And I think it's definitely the most anticipated Horizon game ever. So for them to leak this, a specific game, is pretty pretty wild. It's been fun just going on Reddit, like Crack Watch and pirated games and whatever, and just watching everything unfold. I didn't install it because I don't think I could transfer my save over. I think there would probably be a way to do it if I downloaded the cracked version and then I could probably somehow transfer it, but I don't want to play I think it was 2 days ago or a day ago. I don't want to go from what I don't want to play 4 days early and put 25 hours into the game or 30 hours into the game, and then when the actual game comes out I have to restart. I don't want to do that. So I have opted to wait begrudgingly because I have been waiting for this game for like 10 plus years at this point. I think probably around the time when Forza Horizon 4 came out, when I was like, what? How old would I have been? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I was like 10, 11, 12 or something. Ever since that game came out, I kind of went, oh, it'd be kind of cool if Horizon went to Japan. That'd just be kind of cool, right? Maybe a little bit. That'd be kind of interesting. I've been waiting for this game for a long, 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 long time, and when it's right there, right in front of me, so easy to download. I just, yeah, holding off. And the thing is that, like, this article is saying, like, a lot, this has happened a lot with other games, but they're saying it wasn't. So I don't know. We have this tweet, which I also think is funny. Uh, as far as I can tell, just scaring people. Franchise-wide hardware bans. I don't think that is true. I think that is legitimately just like a scare tactic because so far only one person has been banned, and so I am 75% sure that this is just a threat. It's not actually real. A couple things. Franchise-wide hardware bans. They've never done something like that before. Apparently, hardware bans are a thing in Forza, but notoriously there has been like no anti-cheat or like even really banning. Some people have gotten banned for some livery stuff. Um, but really like cheating has always been kind of a problem, even really early in the game's life, because there's just not anti-cheat really historically. And franchise wide is also something that they've never done before. Uh, I guess they would imply that it would be like your Xbox account that is being banned. But still, it's like they've never done that before, so they're kind of putting two and two together here and trying to make it seem like you will get banned. We will ban you from all of the games, and we will hardware ban you. It's not even like account ban; it's hardware ban. So I think they're kind of just blowing smoke out their ass a little bit on that. Um, and the big thing is like I was saying, is that no one has been banned. There's one guy who got banned, and it's the one screenshot that's floating around the internet right now. It's like a year 9999. Uh, is when the guy will be unbanned. We will all probably be, as species, be long dead by then. Um, but that guy used allegedly used cheat engine, and also the big thing is he was uploading stuff to YouTube, and he did not have his gamer tag censored. So I mean, it was super easy for just one of the devs to go in and go, oh, fuck this guy, this what is this guy doing, thinking he's hot shit, and just look up the gamer tag and just ban him. um it's actually kind of smart by Playground because I feel like a lot of people aren't tech savvy, bro. People don't even know what a file is anymore, like what a folder is and how to move files around. I swear to God. So people see on the Playground Games account, like, oh, we're gonna ban you, and then they see that someone has been banned. Um, they're like, oh shit, I'm gonna get banned. Oh no. They almost kind of made an example out of that guy. And it is working. A lot of people are like, "Lol, see you in 9,999 years. You gonna get banned, bro." You should have seen some of the YouTube comments. Actually, we could go look at those and throw my computer. Uh, oh, this guy's even got graphic settings. I know I'm dropping frames. I know. Oh, that's cool actually. He's doing cool. Yeah. Did the sacrifice for us getting banned. Like, I mean, even this guy with his thing open, like he's probably not getting banned. Like I almost guarantee you. I actually am kind of curious how this runs. So far, I have looked at some other. That is very loud. Sorry. This does not look very good. Oh my God, 100C on the CPU. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's a laptop. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's pretty good though. Honestly, 60 FPS, medium, low. Does look really bad, but I mean, playing it on a 3050 laptop is pretty good. Yeah, this will be a fun little thing to look back on. I don't know, maybe I honestly feel like people aren't actually gonna get banned, like legitimately. I think it's just them scaring people. I think they kind of, yeah, I don't know. I can't see them doing that. I can't see them doing that. Because then it kind of raises the whole question of like, I don't know. You'd have to be pretty cold-hearted to ban everyone, especially like people who have purchased the game. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with the bans and stuff. If they do happen, if they don't happen, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But like I said, I don't think it will happen. Especially, and I didn't even mention this, is that the initial crack. Obviously, I didn't play it, but I think some people were signing in with their Xbox account on the pirated version, and that obviously poses kind of a risk. I think there might have been a way to just like press continue or press, backspace, whatever, and just get through it without signing in. And I have lost my train of thought here. What was I saying? Something about the bands. Oh yeah, the cracked versions. Yeah, so the first crack, which was like immediate, because there was just like Steam, DRM, just the basic shit on there. Uh, that was immediately cracked, obviously, because it's not anything crazy or special. But there was a crack released yesterday, I think, that was an actual like offline crack, a much better one, or at least a improved. I don't know. Um, and I think that one just bypasses the online thing completely. So it's like they can't ban you if you're not connected to the internet. Like there's just you're just downloading files and then running the executable. It's not like they have no way of telling if you had or haven't run that before. So yeah, that's another sort of aspect of like, what are they gonna do there? How are they gonna ban these? But obviously, they're not gonna say that in the tweet. They're not gonna go like, "Oh, well, blah blah blah," if whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny. It's kind of sad. I don't know. I do, and I do like. I mean, people. Here's what I'll say. People do wonder why devs and publishers put like de novo, uh, and stuff like that in their games. Like, yeah, this is kind of why. It wouldn't surprise me if the next Horizon game had de novo on it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they even added in, I don't know. I think that the Playground Games team, because it does reduce performance and cause stuttering and shit like that sometimes. Um, I don't know if it's done sloppily or if it's just kind of always like that, because it is quite a heavy anti-piracy thing, uh, in terms of hardware. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have I mean, even if all the files leaked, like it wouldn't have gotten cracked immediately if it had actual crack protection on there. But whatever. And what was the other thing? Yeah, I don't know. The crack protection is one thing, and yeah. Oh, always online. You know, I mean, I'm very glad that Horizon does not have like the requirement for always online and also the, stupid anti-cheat and stuff like that. But it probably would have prevented this from happening. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? I do wonder how many sales this lost them. Probably a lot, honestly. If I had to guess, probably a lot. I know a lot of people play this on Game Pass. I know a lot of people already bought the game. Like, I already bought the game. But, yeah, I do wonder. There's gotta be someone, at least a few people, right, who, they were really excited. They pre-ordered the standard edition or whatever. And, they just were like, well, I'm gonna cancel my thing because I got the game. I think even I don't know how updates work on these types of torrents. Yeah, I don't know. I think they do update them, but I'm not entirely sure. And I know there is online fixes and stuff, but I also don't know how that works. For a live for a live service game, um, yeah, I mean pirating it is kind of annoying because it's like, well, then I have to install these stupid updates every now and then. But if you just kind of want to play a game, and you don't really care, you're just like, hey, I got the game, I'm playing it, life's good. Then yeah, I mean, I definitely can see people that maybe have canceled their pre-orders or were planning to buy it, but now no longer need to. But what I don't understand is it's like it would have been cracked anyways, right? This is kind of bad because it's before the game actually came out, but I think it would have I think it would have been cracked pretty quickly. No joke, I read it in another story. See what I'm saying? Like this tweet, this worked, man. A lot of uninformed people who are not up to date. Uh yeah. I mean, this isn't really I mean people who are gonna the debate is always like, oh god. The debate of always like how much does piracy actually harm game sales? And it's an impossible statistic, really, because even if you know exactly how many times something has been torrented or whatever, it's impossible to know like, okay, well, would this, does this person even have the money to buy the game? Were they actually in the market? Did they try it for, 5 minutes and then just delete the game? Did they, how many people actually would have otherwise purchased the game, warranted it? And that was what we don't know. That's the impossible question. That is actually crazy though. 60, 60 in 2012. Yeah, $86. I also looked. It's kind of interesting because you get kind of worried about the pre-release. Because honestly, I thought the pre-release software, they always do this. They give content creators like a small couple hour version of the game with a couple cars and stuff like that, just to kind of drum up hype and stuff like that. Um, and it didn't look great, honestly. It looked kind of bad, if I'm being honest with you. Very flat, not a lot of ambient occlusion going on. But from the, leaked footage that I've seen the on YouTube. Yeah. But obviously, there will probably be a day one patch. That's usually how it is nowadays, right? They have a base like release build, and then um they continue working on the game, squashing bugs, improving things, blah blah blah. All that good stuff that devs do, and they usually drop a big patch either the day of or the next day or whatever. And it gets everything all tidied up and all that good stuff. But even without that day one patch, it looks pretty good. Like the ray tracing, I'm really glad that they added ray tracing. I mean, it was a simple thing for them to add because Horizon 5 really didn't have it. It had like car reflection ray tracing and then a little bit more ray tracing in the Forza Vista, or yeah, whatever it's called. Uh Horizon 5 still looks really, really good, even to this day. Like texture quality, for foliage quality, uh, level of detail, all looks really good still. Like legitimately, very, very good. Even though it's almost 5 years old at this point. Uh, but yeah, obviously ray tracing was a very easy thing for them to add. I assume. Well, I don't know about I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know if it was easier or not, but I'm glad that they added it. I think they have actual ray traced reflections, like just global, just reflections for everything are ray traced, and global illumination as well, which is a big deal. Obviously, that changes a lot of stuff. The It looks from what I saw very briefly, Dude, I got everyone walking in on me. Oh, damn. But yeah, the ray tracing looked pretty good from the very short little stint that I saw there. Um, yeah, it looks good. I'll have to get in there, and I do hope they improve it a little more. Like some stuff still, like the ambient inclusion doesn't look pristine. But I guess as long as it's on par with Horizon 5, you know, we're sitting pretty good, honestly. Because Horizon 5, like I said, it still looks great. Even today, man. Even today. Got a lot of soft light, some one of the videos I was watching was, going on a highway overpass thing, and the sun was on the right hand side of the screen hitting one of the barriers because there were big walls on both sides of the barrier of the road, and it was hitting the left wall. Light was coming from the right hand side of the screen, and it was bouncing and hitting the right side of the wall and giving that right side of the wall that is not in direct sunlight like a soft glow to it, which is really nice actually. That's what you want to see in with ray traced footage. Like all of this stuff looks it's very a lot of indirect lighting. Like that's the big thing to make a game look very realistic. You want all of this indirect lighting because you don't realize it, but if you don't have this type of indirect lighting, it just doesn't look very realistic, you know. I'm literally looking at the scene right now outside. And there's a slight red tint to the awning that's above me, like how it is on this scene here, because there's light reflecting and bouncing off of these red bags of mulch that I have sitting outside. And you can see a slight red tint. It's just stuff that you don't realize. Or like there's a slight green tint over here because there's green grass. So little stuff like that, that just makes the scene look more real. I just hope that I can run it okay. With all the ray tracing stuff on, I should be able to, probably, maybe, but you never know. Because Horizon 5, I ran all maxed out, max settings, max whatever, max everything. And I would still get 120 to 160 FPS at 1440p native, you know. Um, I don't know. The 9070 XT runs ray tracing pretty well, which is what I have. I have a 9070 XT. And especially since this game is going to have FSR 4, which, there's should be no reason why I couldn't run that at quality. Um, should be a good 100-ish FPS. I'm hoping for 100-ish FPS. That would be really nice. That's obviously lower than my 130-ish to 150, 60-ish, but 100 FPS is pretty good. And, why not run at max settings, right? Why not? Where's that guy with the settings, actually? I kind of want to see that. Crap. Yeah, these preview builds did not look as good. Oh, was this... Let me lower this. Or not. So all of the... Okay, so ray trace reflections quality. That's new. Increases quality of ray traced reflections on environment and cars. Because yeah, before it was just cars. So like if I think it was literally just like mirrors and stuff like that reflecting on, I don't know. Ray traced GI quality. So yeah, ray traced ambient lighting obviously is here. I think those are the only two ray tracing settings. Yeah. So you have ray traced GI and ray traced reflections, which I mean that's pretty good. I mean that's what you want, you know. You don't need to go insane like Cyberpunk and do 7 different ray tracing options that you can turn on and off with 5 different levels, and then you're gonna add more levels later and all that stuff. You know. But yeah, I am excited. I'm very, very excited for this. Waiting for a long, long, long time. I just hope the preload gets here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? But it should either today or tomorrow. I think the preload will be out on Steam. I think that I heard rumors of people saying it's usually 48 hours before it's going live. I don't know how the early access stuff works. It does get a little convoluted. Also don't know what time zone it'll be. It, I think Horizon 5 was midnight Eastern time, my time zone. But it was a global, it was a global launch, so it was, you know, that Eastern time zone everywhere, just adjusted. But we'll see what they do this year. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows? I don't know why they wait so long to tell us this stuff. It's so strange. It's like, wait, why? Like, is there a reason why we cannot be told this stuff now? I unfortunately do have to work that day, which is gonna suck. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? Well, I guess that's it for now. God damn it.